What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. Yo, man, this fight coming up with Spencer Crawford, man. It's gonna be an excellent fight. I'm hearing Bud saying more about he gonna walk Errol down and stand in front of him, man. I don't doubt that that is Crawford's style to some degree in all his fights. He have his moments where he like to stand there and trade shots. I mean, I don't think he'll do it much because I watched the fight with Postall and he stayed on his bicycle pretty much most of that fight, but at some points in the fight, I think he will stand there with Errol. But the type of fighter Errol is, at some point he's gonna have to stand there anyway because he's gonna be pressing so hard. See, but what people don't realize, Derrick James is an excellent trainer. Derrick James is gonna have a specific fight plan just for Bud Crawford. It may not seem like it. Bud said something this week that was real. I have boxed before, and people that haven't really been in the ring and don't understand boxing, it's a lot that it's a little bitty, it's little subtle things that go on in the ring. If you haven't boxed before, you don't understand what you're looking at. That makes a big difference, and especially in fights that's gonna be on a level with Crawford and Spence, two top fighters on the top of their game at the same level. But I really believe Derrick James. I think that's gonna be a. I think he got a better trainer. I think Derrick James is better. I like Bo Mack, but I think Derrick James is a little better trainer than Bo Mack, and I really believe they're gonna have a specific fight plan just for Terrence Crawford. And it may look the same, like Bud say to the people that's on the outside of the ring, but I have watched the different nuances Errol has used when he fight different people, just as well as Crawford, and it can look the same. If you just, it depends on how you looking at a fight, what you gonna be able to tell. If you looking with an objective eye, you can see where the trainers got a lot to do with what's going on in the ring. You can listen in the corners and see what fighters actually listen to their trainers. And Derrick James, he's gonna have a specific. He gonna make a plan that's catered just for Terrence Crawford, pretty much. And I'm sure Bud is expecting that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Bo Mac. I'm quite sure they're gonna have the same thing for Bud, but I just feel like Derrick James is a better trainer. He's more able to get in the ring and work with the fighters. I like a trainer like that know how to get in the ropes and it can move around. It can not just tell you shit, show you what he talking about. And I trust a guy that's been in the ring and fought before more so than I trust the guy. And Bo Mack and Derrick James have both been in the ring before, so they don't have trainers that's oblivious to what really go on in the ring with fighters. Because I couldn't have a guy training me that hadn't fought before himself. I couldn't. It would have to be a trainer. Ex-fighter. He had to. He could. I don't care if he just was an amateur fighter. Just as long as he been in that ring before and facing what he trying to tell me to face, then I can respect what he's saying a lot better. And Derrick James, I just like the way he work with Errol and work with Charlo. And I have seen people say they don't see no improvement. What I do, I've seen major improvements in Charlo and Errol over the last 4, 5, 6 years, as well as Bud. I've seen improvement in all of them because to go to the level that they going at, of course they've got better than when they first got there. But I really believe it's gonna be a little different than Bud and Bo Mac them expecting once they get in the ring with Spence. I think they may be. I think now maybe not Terrence, but I really believe Bo Mac them underestimating his true boxing skills. They treat him like they talk to him like he's just like a bully, that's just a weight bully to some degree, but it's finesse, it's rugged finesse how Earl breaking these guys down, the trajectory, changing trajectory of them shots. Sometimes he throwing hooks that look like jabs that look like. I mean, changing. It's a lot of things he doing that pivoting out of the corners and stuff like that. There's little subtle moves that Spencer's doing, and I see it. I'm sure Crawford do too. He's much more of a complete fighter than he getting credit for. And I think Derrick James, I got a funny feeling the fight plan that he put out for this one, it may actually even show that in this fight because he's gonna have a real solid competitor on the other side of him this time. Somebody that if he don't take this shit serious can really put him down to. So I think we're gonna see the best Errol Spence we've seen, and I'm expecting to see the best Terrence Crawford we've seen. So this gonna be a blockbuster, no way, man. But I don't see it going no 12 rounds. I don't. I see 8 or 9 tough rounds, whichever way it go. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till the next time, it's your boy Spill Dog.